Okay, 4.2. Okay, I'm hoping this doesn't go super long, but it is a lot to cover, so it might be a little longer than usual. So 4.2 is graph quadratic functions in Vertex or Intercept Form. So first we're looking at Vertex form. Y is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. So this is going to be basically the graph of ax squared, or y is equal to ax squared, translated horizontally h units and vertically k units. Okay, so I think in one of our earlier sections we did stuff with shifting and all of that, and we talked about, you know, the h value. You have to pay attention to the sign here because it goes opposite the direction of the sign, right or left, and then k goes in the same direction as the sign, up or down. So just make sure you pay attention to that. Let's see. So some characteristics of the graph. The vertex is at HK. Okay, and that just means the number here. If this is positive, okay, if this sign right here were to be positive, h would be negative down here. Okay, so if this sign was positive, h would be negative. Okay, up here it is whatever the sign is that goes with it, copies down. Okay, so h is opposite of the sign if it's not negative. Okay, basically if this was a positive sign, you'd put a negative here. Anyways, but when we do examples and stuff like that, it'll make a lot more sense. Okay, so vertex is there. Axis of symmetry is at x is equal to h. Okay, so again, it's whatever h is, whatever h is, not the sign that goes with it. Okay, now again, if this was positive, this would be negative down here. Okay, following the same deal. Okay, and then like we had before, the graph opens up. If a is greater than 0, opens down. If a is less than 0. Alright, so that is vertex form. Intercept form is next, and I'm going to tell you, I personally think intercept form is the easiest of the forms for a couple reasons, and you'll see what they are in just a minute, but it gives you your intercepts already, so that makes your life really easy. Finding the axis of symmetry, it's literally just halfway between those points that are your intercepts, and then if you want to know the official equation, it has that, so you'll easily be able to find your vertex from that information. So obviously, that was in words what's going on, so let's write it out. So intercept form, y is equal to a times x minus p times x minus q. Okay, and really quick, I'm going to throw your code word here. Parabola. Okay, so there's that. Make sure you have that for class on Thursday. Alright, so intercept form. So the graph of intercept form has the characteristics the x-intercepts are p and q. okay, without their signs, okay? So if these values here were positive, P and Q would be negative, okay? The axis of symmetry is halfway between P0 and Q0. Has an equation, okay, if you can't figure out what it is or it's some weird number, P plus Q over 2, so basically taking the average of the two, and still opens up. If A is greater than 0, opens down. If A is less than 0, okay, so that's just some characteristics of the graph. Again, I do think this is the easiest, okay, and obviously this also gives you your vertex, is wherever your axis of symmetry is, that gives you your vertex as well. Alright, so we have one more thing. You guys should recognize this, but the FOIL method for basically getting it into another form. Okay, first, outside, inside, last. So basically, if we want to get something written in vertex form or intercept form to standard form, I'm just going to do this here, and we'll do examples of it in class. I'm not going to do any examples here. If you're asked to write vertex form or intercept form in standard form, use the FOIL method. Okay, so first, outside, inside, last. Okay, sometimes I do first, inside, outside, last, as Mr. Cass used to call it phi oiling. Okay, so just know that sometimes I may do that. It doesn't have to be this exact thing, but this is just the way that's easy to remember what's going on there. And we'll do some examples of that. But basically, this is just what you do if you have like x plus 2 and x minus 4. Okay, first terms, x squared. Inside terms would be, inside terms. First outside, so I do the outside terms, minus 4x. Inside terms, plus 2x. Last terms, 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. And so that simplifies into x squared minus 2x minus 8. So that would be the FOIL method, just so you can see it really quickly. I know you saw it in Algebra 1, but just as a refresher. And we obviously, like I said, we'll spend time doing examples of these in class as well.